Welcome to the Roar Room, truth on the mic. Healing the soul, we rise and ignite. Mind, body, spirit aligned in the flame. Roar Room tribe, we roar in our name. The world's been loud, but my spirit stayed steady. Storms came through, but my heart stayed ready. We're shedding old layers like the seasons do, making room for the light that's breaking through. I see you standing there holding all that weight, but you're stronger than the things you had to face. We ain't losing, we're learning how to rise, turning every heavy moment into something wise. Take a breath, let the rhythm pull you in. Feel that little spark waking up again. We're stepping out the shadows into something true, and the whole world shifts when I say this to you. I love you, and it hits like sunlight. I love you, and it feels like new life. Turn it up, let the good vibes move through. Let your heart remember what it always knew. I love you, yeah, the real kind, so bright. I love you, lifting you back to your own light. Let the beat remind you what you can do. I love you, I love you, I love you. Through a world that's shifting fast, letting go of the things that couldn't last. It's a rebirth moment, a breaking open time, and joy hits harder when you climb that climb. So sway with me now, let the music unwind you. Let the good energy wrap around and find you. We're not broken, we're breaking into truth, and every step forward is living proof. Lift your chin, let the baseline carry, feel the weight fall off that you didn't need to carry. This is your moment, your breakthrough view, and the whole room glows when I say this to you. Let your heart remember what it always knew. I love you, yeah, the real kind, so bright. I love you, lifting you back to your own light. Let the beat remind you what you can do. I love you, I love you, I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you. You're not alone, you're not undone. You're the spark, you're the flame, you're the rising sun. Every beat in the song is a hand on your back, saying you're built for joy, you're built to come back. I love you, and it hits like sunlight. I love you, and it feels like new life. Turn it up, let the whole world shine through. Let your soul remember what it always knew. I love you, yeah, the real kind, so bright. I love you, lifting you back to your own light. Let the beat remind you what you can do. I love you, I love you, I love you. Love you, I love you, I love you.
And there we go. Welcome to the War Room.
Welcome.
Go.
Awesome song. Yeah, that was awesome. I love the beat.
Yep.
It's awesome.
How's everybody doing tonight? Electro, your mic working? Mic check.
Alexa.
Let's roll you there.
Right there we go. All right. I can hear the fan or something in the background. Oh, you good?
Right.
How's everybody doing tonight?
We're good over here. He wants to be on so bad, this bud. Ruff, ruff. I was listening to Bill Cooper, his radio show, before we came on.
Oh, yeah, it was pretty good, huh?
Yeah, I blew right past my mom. I turned into my grandmother, but my grandmother was pretty cool. So, yeah, That's good. Yeah, it's interesting. There's not a lot of people that have hit the like thing on. I don't. I think it's new, or a lot of people just. It's probably not in an algorithm. They probably
Yeah.
hit it. Yeah, yeah. So there's I was like the 40th person. So it just rots. I put it in the chat in Telegram.
Okay, thank you.
All right, let's roll your mic working.
The name of the show is Plot
Plot twist.
Overload, right? It's getting a bit much, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot of plot twists. There's so many plot twists. I mean,
yeah.
right? There's so many plot twists. People can't even keep up with the plot.
Are you live on Facebook?
Huh?
Are you live on Facebook?
Yeah, it should be. We're good on Facebook, right? Awesome.
Let's see.
I'm trying to figure Facebook out still.
Yeah, yeah. Mary's on there.
Okay.
Here we go. Mary's from Facebook.
Yeah, it's this live.
Facebook's different, so I gotta learn how to do that one.
Yeah, and Mickey, make sure you're saying hi to everybody over on Facebook too. Shows does YouTube.
Yeah,
Facebook.
YouTube.
Well, it takes
too.
time to get used to. I mean, I forgot I even had Facebook up. I had to go and redo some of my banners to add Facebook. Here we go. We got Debbie Lynn on there.
And Mary Morgan.
Mary.
Right. So this is video right here. It's comedy, right? But it shows kind of like how all the different plot twists and all the mental gymnastics that people have to go through
To justify things.
to justify things when you're not supposed to be doing that. You're supposed to stand firm. But here is an example. This is how Trump loyalist Cope awakened with JP. But he does a little skit right here.
I mean, if you want a good example of a man, Lindsey Graham. There's a guy right there. He's not even gay at all.
Yeah, that's great. What do you think of the Biden administration funding Ukraine?
Hold on. You want an example of a good what?
I mean, if you want a good example of a man, Lindsey Graham. There's a guy right there. He's not even gay at all.
Totally not gay.
No.
He's not even gay for war.
Yeah, he's totally not. No name McCain's.
Yeah, that's great. What do you think of the Biden administration funding Ukraine?
Hated it. We should have been keeping that money in America.
What do you think about the Trump admin funding Israel?
Love it. I think as American Christians, we should also be Jewish.
What do you think about the FBI's narrative that JFK was killed by a lone gunman?
Not likely. You can't trust those guys.
What do you think about the FBI's narrative that Charlie Kirk was killed by a lone gunman?
Well, that's what happened. You heard the FBI's report. They make me so mad. Can you believe all these idiot grifter conservatives out there betraying Trump? The woke Reich. That's what I call them. Because it's a pretty clever name.
You agree with everything Trump's doing?
Yeah, 100%. That's what my critical thinking leads me to believe. 100% agreement with everything Trump says.
Even when he changes his mind or betrays a campaign promise?
He's never done any of that. But you know who has changed? The woke right. I can roasted him again. The Tucker Carlsons, Alex Joneses, people on Twitter. These people supported Trump for years. Then all of a sudden they betray the guy. Like, what is up with that?
So as a Trump loyalist, you don't even think it's been you and Trump that's changed?
No, I haven't changed my stance on anything. I've stayed true to my values. Unlike these crazy nut jobs.
Right. What do you think about Trump's campaign promise of no new wars?
Loved it.
And what do you think about being in a new war with Iran?
Love it.
Do you know you're contradicting yourself?
No, I'm not. Trump promised no new wars. Wars, plural. We're in a new war, singular. He didn't start new wars. He started one new war. Idiot. Trump didn't break any campaign promises.
You gotta be kidding me. Do you think it's okay that Trump just wants to move on from the Epstein files and not prosecute anyone?
Yeah, that's what's best for our country.
Have you always thought that?
Yeah.
All right. What about when you wrote, number one priority is to arrest the Epstein criminals? Trump will do that. Kamala won't.
I don't think I ever wrote that.
It's on your Twitter.
I might have wrote that, but you're taking that out of context.
That's your whole tweet. It's the entire context.
No. Like the context of the moment, like in different times, different words have different meanings. Words change with the times. It's evolution. Like, get with it. And those traders like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Thomas Massey, they're just trying to push this stuff because they want to backstab Trump. That's what they're doing.
So you don't like them?
Not at all. They're despicable people.
On MTG's tweet from a year ago where she pledged to fight to get arrests made, you commented to her, "Thank you, MTG. These Epstein criminals need to be brought to justice. You're doing God's work and are a true patriot."
Well, did you know she's a traitor?
All right. What do you think when all the leftists were calling Elon and other conservatives Nazis?
But just psychopathic leftists. They're just trying to smear the character of good people because they don't have the legs of truth to stand on in their own political positions. It's just despicable.
I can see on Twitter that people like you and Mark Levin are repetitively calling other conservatives Nazis a lot.
That's because they're Nazis. Like Tucker Carlson, he has an actual gas chamber at his house, from what I hear.
I'm pretty sure that's a sauna.
You want Jewish people to die. I mean, could you find me a more unpopular guy than Tucker Carlson?
You say that Tucker's unpopular, but he's got the #1 news podcast.
Oh, give me a break. You actually believe statistics. Tucker's always been a fraud.
From this pic of Tucker campaigning for Trump, you said, "The great Tucker Carlson campaigning for Trump and America first. I love this guy."
Are you funded by Qatar? You seem like it. Tucker is. I know that for a fact because Laura Loomer said he is. And she's mentally healthy. And I'm really starting to think you're a foreign agent, maybe with the Soviet Union.
That's not a country anymore.
Well, it won't be a country for long with all the nukes Iran has.
All right. What do you think about the members of Congress getting rich off of insider trading?
Lock them all up. It is not right for them to personally get rich when they should be focusing on bettering the lives of Americans.
Since Trump took office, Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, who's negotiating with Iran, is now a billionaire. Trump's sons have allegedly increased their net worth by 800%. And Trump's net worth went from 1.4 billion to 6.5. What do you think about that?
Hey, the world's a casino nowadays. Don't hate the player.
Any final message to the former Trump supporters that have abandoned him?
Yeah. To those low IQ morons, I would just say, you guys are hypocrites, and the establishment has your best interest in mind. Just surrender to it. Oh, dude, look at this. I love what Trump's doing with Palantir. Heads up on the dog poop right there. So you.
Right. So all the plot twists, right? Got people all shook up.
Thank you for that. That's the first time I giggled that much in a while. That was good.
Yeah, there's the comedians are important in this because they can tell you stuff in a different way that it's not so depressing, right? But like Tim Dillon, he's crushing it, right? With he tells you a lot of truth, but he says it it's such sarcastic and it's just funny. He's got a unique
way of telling a story without telling a story,
right?
And getting sued.
Exactly.
Or someone attempted to sue him or shut him up.
He relates to the youth. So he said he had toddlers watching them.
What, you think that someone at the Hamptons is going to save the children?
He said this lady told him that his toddler loves him because he looks like a bear character he used to watch.
Oh God, another thing that was crazy about Generation X. I don't even know if you can talk about this anymore, but we did this thing. It's so weird. Okay. It was called critical thinking. And it's so crazy. So basically what you would do, this is like in the old days, you would listen to both sides of a story or a topic or an issue, and then you would make your own, this is crazy, you'd make your own opinion that would then guide you through life. Oh God.
All right. Little Gen X comedy there for you. There you go, cheating. All right. So when we're talking about the billions of dollars and the mental gymnastics people have to do.
Every cup that you're looking at is $10 million. And this small stack over here to start with, this is a representation of a full century of U.S. presidents' personal wealth growth while they were in office. We're talking Coolidge, Eisenhower, Kennedy, Reagan, Bush, Biden, all of them except one. 4 cups, roughly $40 million in total, and that's what all the modern presidents combined gained while serving over an entire century. Total, not per president. Now shift your eyes to this monstrosity. 1 year, 1 president, same cups, same scale. 1 century versus 1 year. Not opinion, it's visual math, and your eyes are doing it in real time. So take a good look. All of the presidents, including successful business owners over here, 100 years versus less than a 1-year period of wealth accumulation for 1 president. Donating a salary is just a headline. It doesn't offset the billions quietly being accumulated elsewhere. If you're telling yourself it's because he's a good businessman, then ask one question. If nearly 50 years in business didn't produce anything close to this, but 1 year in public office did, that's not skill. That's corruption. Nothing you can say can explain this. And if you're at the point where you say, I don't care, I'm not changing, then you own it. And this is what it looks like to sell out America and call yourself a patriot. I hope you learned something. I'm always rooting for you.
All right, in their show. Oh, let's go back. Here's all the different.
For you.
There you go. Oh, it won't let me pause it, will it? No, let me do this.
And this small.
All right, there we go. Magic. All right. Coolidge, 1.2 million. Is at the very top. Eisenhower, $7 million net worth at start. Net worth in 10 million. So Coolidge went from 1.2 million net worth when he was president to 1.5 million. He only went up 0.3 million. Jimmy Carter actually lost 3 million. He went in with a net worth of 5 million and came out with 2 million.
How do you do that? How do you do? You gotta be a real dipshit to do that.
They're saying Trump's kids surpass Biden's, right? On profiting.
Lyndon Johnson profited 11 million. Richard Nixon 1 million. Ford 1 million. Ronald Reagan 3 million. Bush Sr. 3 million.
That's crazy.
Bill Clinton 0.7 million. Yeah, you gotta look at the foundations. Bush Jr.
I don't
5
think
million.
they go in there to serve. They go in there to make money.
But that's also with the inflation too. If you go back from 1929 to 2017, it only took them that long to get $20 million in debt. And then from 2017 to 2026, we're 40. We doubled it. In 10 years, we doubled the deficit. 20 trillion dollars. In 10 years. We didn't do that even in 100 years. Yeah, greatest wealth transfer.
Yeah.
Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, to them.
Is this
That
the so
happened
much
during
winning?
COVID. Yeah, the rich got richer.
The rich got richer.
The corporations got more money, and the mom and pop shops went away, pretty much. They're coming back though, little by little.
Hey, Alexa's peeking out. Alexa.
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 Might have to go out and come back in.
All right, okay.
Wrong with connection.
You're not going to have a war with me, and you're not going to have a third world war with me. That I can tell you. I'm going to keep you out of wars. I kept you out of wars. We had no wars with Donald Trump as your president. A short time ago, the United States military began major combat operations in Iran. You're going to spend a lot less money for your gasoline. We will bring the price of gasoline down immediately. We will cut your energy prices in half within market down and you can get very angry at me if we don't do it. Within 12 months.
The war with Iran continues to impact energy prices globally, while here in the U.S., Americans keep seeing prices rising at the pump.
I'm not going to start a war. I'm going to stop wars. No more wars. No more disruptions. We will have prosperity and we will have peace.
Tonight, an American refueling plane has crashed in Iraq.
Under Trump, we will have no more wars, no more disruptions, and we will have prosperity and peace for all. I am the candidate of peace. I am peace.
Welcome back to Live Now from Fox. I'm Shauna Kalafi. We are covering the latest out of the Middle East, and as attacks continue across the region, death tolls also continuing to rise.
Everyone says that I should get the Nobel Peace Prize.
What's that?
I'd say bomb the shit out of them and get it over with.
Wasn't the whole thing, though, no new wars?
It's a conflict. It's not a war.
Not a war.
It's a conflict.
Now, who says conflict? I know Trump calls it a war.
Well, they say it's a conflict because a war would be you'd have to declare war.
Right.
He was not declare war.
Right, yes.
It's a conflict.
If you go illegally around it, you can have a war and call it a conflict.
Right, exactly.
I don't count this as a war.
What is
Even if you do count it,
This
it's a necessary
is-
war.
This is what
skirmish?
taking out the trash.
Have we won the war? Are we winning the war?
Yes.
Are we-
Yes.
Which one?
The Iran war.
You're confident about this war?
I'm confident. Yes.
Once we win this war with Iran, where is Israel going to have us invade next?
That I can answer. I don't know that.
How do you feel about the war in Iran?
I'd say
Can they
bomb the
answer
shit
that
out of them and
Yeah, I don't think anybody voted for war. Isn't that weird how we go from voting for somebody for no new wars to whatever he wants to do, we're on board with that. Wouldn't that be like a test you failed?
and get it over with.
Just bomb the shit out of him and get it over with.
But the thing is,
It's not us.
it doesn't end there. So that's
No,
what
it
I'm
keeps
trying to
going.
tell you.
That's what he's
I mean,
saying.
we're still over in Iraq, right? Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Well, I think not anymore. But we were over there for a long time.
Yeah, we're still.
Wasn't the whole thing, though, no new wars?
Yeah, but you forgot it's plural.
Yes.
Like, this is a war, not wars. Like JP was talking about the
Yes.
comedy skit, how they do the
Justified.
It's a conflict.
It's a conflict. Look, this isn't a robbery. It's just a conflict of interest. You got more money than I got. Give me your freaking monies. It's not a robbery. It's a conflict of interest.
It's not a war.
Not a war.
It's a conflict.
Now, who says?
See the gymnastics you got to do to try to justify what you stood for once to now what you have to justify today. Stop trying to justify the shit.
Right. You're supposed
Just
to,
stop.
right? You're supposed to be calling it out, holding them accountable. So that's what they're wanting to hear from us.
I know Trump calls it a war.
Well, they say it's a conflict because a war would be you'd have to
Congress approval.
declare war.
Right.
Yeah. So
He was not declare war.
Right, yes.
It's a conflict.
If you go illegally around it, you can have a war and call it a conflict.
Right, exactly.
I don't count.
She said exactly. Exactly.
that's it. That's so.
He just proved his
So
point.
did you not exactly? So what are we learning from this?
If you sound stupid and you know it, then just stop.
Yeah, don't say nothing.
Be like, whoa, what did I just say? You know, like back out of it and take your self-respect with you.
Exactly. He goes around and interviews about it. And then when he catches them they usually just turn around and walk off and say, instead of saying, "Oh shit, yeah, that doesn't make sense, right?"
Look,
Go illegally around it, you can have a war and call it a conflict.
Exactly. I don't count this as a war.
What is it?
Even if you do count it,
This
it's a necessary
is-
war.
This is what
Skirmish.
taking out the trash.
Have we won the war?
okay. We're just taking out the
But
trash, guys.
who determines who the trash is?
The-
I mean, we've known from
Palantir.
prior, they haven't had exactly Palantir. Look
Palantir.
at Gaza.
Yeah.
Is that what they consider them trash?
Wait until you realize that
Right?
you're the trash.
What if they consider you trash?
Yeah.
You wouldn't think that, right?
No, then you would be saying, wait. We got to have Congress approval here. Like when it gets turned on you, then all of a sudden the Constitution, everything comes in. When it's a Democrat in office, then it's unconstitutional. If it's a Republican and you're a Republican, then it's totally okay. Vice versa. Like the Democrats are silent whenever Obama was drone striking women and children as well.
Sorry.
You noticed?
But I think what's happening is because what Trump is doing is everything the other presidents have done. They've had wars without congressional approval,
Yeah.
right?
Since World
Trump's
War II.
sent more bombs than Obama, right? He's done all these things, and all these things
Executive
are
orders.
unconstitutional, right? So maybe that's to set precedents for all the other presidents, is what I'm thinking, right? Maybe it's being done on purpose, right? And then the generals and stuff red flagging this because they all have interest. They make money off of this, right? Just like I told you the other day, that general that got caught investing, right?
Yeah.
The crypto during Maduro, right?
Right. 500,000.
Capture, right? So I'm sure this has been going on for a long time, and they get rich. The ones at the top, the regular military, they don't, they just do their thing. But the ones at the top is who I'm talking about. They're not involved in that. The higher ups are.
So what we have is both sides are hypocrites. The only time that the Democrats want to call out all this illegal wars, unconstitutional wars, war crimes is when there's a Republican is the president.
Or vice versa.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Blame the Republican. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's vice versa. So.
Yep.
Are we winning the war?
Yes. Yes.
Which one?
The Iran war.
You're confident about this war?
I'm confident, yes.
Once we win this war with Iran, where is Israel going to have us invade next?
That I can answer.
Well, yeah, well, at least she admits that they have control over our military-industrial complex. So. Right? Bibi Netanyahu's the president of the corporation via AIPAC.
Definitely.
Right? Which brings this video. Somebody shared this.
Yo. It's my house. It's my home. I love this house.
I don't know where this is at. Probably in America somewhere. But they love Israel. And Netanyahu and Trump seems to be a thing. Right? Which Netanyahu is the common denominator throughout all the presidents. Going back, way back. Right? Regardless of who you put in there, Netanyahu's right there. Joe Biden, Trump, Obama, Bush, Clinton. So, go ahead.
That electro. You gonna say something? I don't think your mic's working.
Yeah, I don't hear. Yeah, what? I don't hear anybody.
No, I don't hear.
I heard it.
I hear,
think
like-
she's trying to talk.
Knock 3 times if you're trapped. Let us know.
Right.
Is this a hostage situation or what?
Oh.
Agenda 2030 is well underway and we are seeing it. 15-minute cities. This is no longer a conspiracy. They've just done it very intelligently in a way that it's like disguised as an economic world crisis event when actually it was planned this way. There was a choice for the USA to be bombing all of these oil reserves. It was a conscious choice to force the oil prices up so much that people can't afford to drive outside of their 15-minute cities. My dad, for example, has already told me, oh, he's not driving very far because it's too expensive. And I'm like, well, this is how they enforce things without being all totalitarian. And then this gets me to electric cars.
Like she said, people aren't driving because it's too expensive. Now think about that. A lot of people would probably get out and see more things had the gas not would cost too. Like, what does it cost to get from one side of the country to the next? Think about that.
Right.
Things without being all totalitarian. And then this gets me to electric cars. I think in a few years it will become totalitarian, especially when there's another pandemic, when there's another lockdown, and you have your electric car, you have your pass key in your car. That's how they control you, and that's how they make sure that you operate within your system. Then we talk about passkey. Guys, this is the new digital ID. I don't know if you've noticed that so many apps are asking you if you want to create a passkey. This is a choice, my loves, and this is the digital ID. They've just renamed it. And I was stupid enough to put my passkey in for my Google until I realized what it was, until I realized all of these apps are asking for it, and that is not a coincidence. This is my biometric data connected to my profile, and that is the digital ID. They're obviously not labeling digital ID because everyone knows about the digital ID. And everyone was like, no, fuck this shit. And then you have the removal of the middle class, which we can already see is happening. So everything will be on a subscription basis. And then the food supply being completely owned and controlled by a very select amount of individuals who are not pro-humanity, i.e. Bill Gates. He is already buying so much farmland. We already know he's invested billions of dollars into GMO research and seed banks. But he's also the same one who thinks medicine can be used to depopulate the population. I don't know about you, but medicine and depopulation don't really feel like they should go hand in hand, you know? And this is the same person who wants to own our food supply. The UK is very much involved in this. They are making it very hard to pass down inherited land by putting massive taxes on their land that are just completely unaffordable. So big corporations such as Bill Gates and friends and the people who aren't even on the chessboards are buying up these lands so that they can own our food supply. And you better believe that this is not pro-humanity food. This will be sprayed the shit out of with Monsanto and things that actually destruct our cells so that we become reliant on pharmaceuticals because we're already consuming them in our food. I'm not saying this to make you scared. I'm saying this so that you don't wake up one day with all of your rights taken away and that you actually can recognize and stay awake to the process of this is happening. You may think, no, it's not happening, blah, blah, blah. But actually, guys, this is exactly how it was planned. Okay, guys.
She's so right.
Well, you really don't realize how big the boat is until you realize that your biggest boat down here at the bottom is just a little. Look how small this boat is. Well, this is a nice sized fishing boat. It's got 2 stairwells on either side. Now that's a boat.
Oh my gosh,
That's
massive.
It is.
Right. All right. So we did a little bit of. I want to go into. Let's do this. I'll share a little piece here from Jacob of Israel. Talked about the third temple. Right. We also shared from Mintograph about the 7-Eleven decode. Right, and the temple and the dimensions of that, which match the dimensions. The third temple dimensions match the ballroom dimensions.
DC.
So we're thinking that the third temple, and that's why Trump's making such a big deal about it all the time, is that's the third temple. It's not just the ballroom.
But I think there's more to that because they compared Trump to King Cyrus, right? King Cyrus also built a temple, right? But he also freed all the people. But and guess what? He was from Iran, from the Cyrus scrolls, right? And he is mentioned in the Bible as well. It's pretty interesting. He had all the what's it called? Linda Gold, Lydia Gold, right? But he was a fair, just king. Of course, some people didn't, depending on history and what version you get. Some say it was terrible. Some he was awesome. So Cyrus the Great.
Right. So we showed you the 7-Eleven code mantograph. I'm going to pull that up to go with this, but I want to show this real quick because what he showed with the coding was a temple, right? And then we had Trump reading 2 Chronicles 7 and 11 from the White House, right? From the White House, right where the temple's being built, right? So that's why that him coming on and reading the Bible verse about the temple, Solomon's temple, third temple, or the temple, right? And people turning from their ways and the land being healed, right? And then, but if you worship other gods, then there's destruction that comes with that. So here is a little clip from Jacob of Israel talking about this. And I thought it was important with the reading. See the square with it looked just like I'll pull it up. The guy did a decode on this mantograph and it came up with an 8-sided.
And for the courts of the temple of the Lord and all the.
So the 7-Eleven, the temple, that's why he read the scripture from the White House.
Yep, it's almost like
It's right here.
identical, right?
See that? Now, let me make this screen a little bigger. Here we go. There we go. Let me take off some of these banners. There we go. All right. Let me get this other one off the screen here. There we go. All right. Everybody see that? All right. Let's see what Jacob of Israel says about this. If the ballroom was covered for the third temple being built, right? This is what we talked about a while back, right? Because the timing of when they were discussing this in Israel, remember that Kushner and Wilcock did a speech in Israel in front of a little audience, and at the same time they were talking about the ballroom. You see that the timing. So most people I think are thinking it's in that Israel, but DC would be, especially in the Masonic temple. 7-Eleven, 9/11, whatever. So let's see what Jacob has to say. It's only a couple of minutes here.
The coin, he was called Cyrus. The temple, the temple, the temple. Will he build the temple? Donald Trump was put on the coin. He was called Cyrus. Cyrus was the king that came in and overthrew Babylon. It's very interesting how these stories play out in the news. And now we have Donald Trump reading a passage about the temple being finished. Now, what's crazy about this is the fact that I not only did that in a video that has to do with 7-Eleven and the judgment that's coming. There's something coming on Independence Day. But I did a viral video, one of my biggest viral videos on X that I shared a while ago on YouTube as well, about how the ballroom and everything that's being, built right now is about Solomon's temple.
This is going to be probably the finest ballroom ever built. The spirit on the building of it is amazing. We are using little sections of footings and various other things, but that's sort of irrelevant. In order to do it properly, we had to take down the existing structure.
And you, my son Solomon, acknowledge the God of your father and serve him with wholehearted devotion and with a willing mind. For the Lord searches every heart and understands every desire and every thought. If you seek him, he will be found by you.
By promise and officially recognize the capital of Israel and move the American embassy to Jerusalem.
But if you forsake him, he will reject you forever. Consider now, for the Lord has chosen you to build a house as the sanctuary. Be strong and do the work. And David gave his son.
Put out 8 wars, and the 9th is coming, believe it or not.
Solomon the plans for the portico of the temple. Its buildings, its storerooms, its upper parts, its inner rooms, and the place of atonement. He gave him the plans of all that the Spirit had put in his mind for the courts of the temple of the Lord and all the surrounding rooms, for the treasuries of the temple of God, and the weight of silver for each silver lampstand and its lamps, according to the use of each lampstand. The weight of gold for each table for consecrated bread. The weight of silver for the silver tables. The weight of pure gold for the forks, sprinkling bowls and pitchers. The weight of gold for each gold dish. The weight of silver for each silver dish. And the weight of the refined gold for the altar of incense. He also gave him the plan for the chariot, that is the cherubim of...
This is the word of the Lord to Zerubbabel. Not by might, nor by power, but by my Spirit, says the Lord Almighty.
Now, the irony here is a lot of people don't know that Washington, D.C. used to be called Rome, Maryland. And there was like a bishop named Pope or something that owned the...
Right. So y'all see the Rome, Maryland?
Yep. Yeah, you said that the other night. Rome, Maryland. Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that Washington, D.C. used to be called Rome, Maryland.
Washington. What are the odds? The Roman circus is why they're having a UFC fight on the White House lawn. Right.
Well, if you look back before at the World's Fair, and they have that beautiful, right? Well, that was in Chicago, but this the same kind of stuff. It's like the architecture and everything's like.
Maryland. And there was like a bishop named Pope or something that owned the land. And long story short, it also sits on 7 hills. So the comparison is there. But really, if you think about it, Israel was cast out of the Middle East a long, long time ago when Nebuchadnezzar first came in. And they were scattered all over the place. And their stories, if you watch my videos on the Stone of Destiny and more, you know that they were scattered to like England and Scotland and Ireland and all over the world. This is biblical prophecy. So do you not think that right now, that the reconstruction that's going on, that the ballroom that's going on, ballroom that looks like Beauty and the Beast ballroom, the ballroom, well, guess what? There was some court stuff that just went down, and they were saying, well, you can't build the ballroom. But you know what's being built is what's being built beneath it. The plans that Donald Trump showed, it was almost identical to the plans of Solomon's Temple. You got to watch this video, because when I read what's happening next, it's going to blow your mind. Take a look. That people would humble themselves, right? Humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways. Then they'll hear from heaven. 2 Chronicles. It's about It's about Solomon when the temple is finished, and it's about the dedication of the temple. Now, once again, listen, I'm not saying, because we understand that the temple of God is not made by man's hands. We are the temple of God. But my excitement lies in the fact that if the literal temple is being built, and you know for a long time, people were saying that that the Trumpster, he had like a replica of the ark. You know that I've compared him to Nebuchadnezzar. Historically speaking, he was the last one who was around and maybe had his hand on the ark. Cyrus comes in from Persia, and the Persian Empire becomes huge. King Cyrus, who doesn't really care what religion you're with, who just wants people to get along, just you better listen, or else, it's another story, much like the one that I just shared about Samson, who comes against the temple of Dagon. If you didn't see my last video on that, you gotta see it. Go back and look for it, because this is the same story. God is saying something today, even in WrestleMania, which I cannot stand, because I said WrestleMania would be cursed.
So that's why they use the Samson option, you think? That wording?
See, the Jews over in Israel compared Trump to King Cyrus. Right? But really, he's more like Nebuchadnezzar. So who's the King Cyrus? It's over from Iran. You see? They thought he was going to be the one, right? I think it's opposite.
Guess what? Lowest attendance ever. But the irony is 55 is a big deal. 55. You see that number a lot. 5 all the time. 5 is a number of grace. 5 guys, 5 below. Michael Scott posted that on X. I thought it was so funny. 5 alive. Number 5 alive. The AI, the robot who came to life. 5. 5 is the number of grace. 5 smooth stones. David took 5. 55 on June 11th. That's when I turned 55. 5. There's something going on with it. 55,000 people in attendance, 55, 255, 55 to 55. We're in attendance at WrestleMania, where guess what? The whole crowd was chanting, God, 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 but not the way you think, because I didn't watch WrestleMania, but on X, I saw all of the winners. And one of them was Obafemi. I guess that's the way you pronounce his name. But he said, I chose the name because it means divine king. And it is in reference to God. And the fact that Obafemi is together, it means God loves me. God, the name Oba, is called the ruler in wrestling. That's the name, the ruler, right? I told you the final boss was coming, and guess who Obafemi, God loves you, beats? He beats Brock Lesnar, who's known as who? The Beast. And after he beat him, using his final move, which is called the fall from grace, the Beast fell from grace, and God was praised in the land. Everybody was chanting, Oba, 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 Oba. And then Roman Reigns, he won the title back from CM Punk. Roman Reigns has the title once again, and ironically, ESPN puts out, acknowledge him. And in Romans, it says that you need to acknowledge God. And God is being acknowledged in the land. So is it so far-fetched to think that maybe that bunker that's being built, maybe that's a literal representation of what's being built here within us? And then on top of that is a ballroom, and the ballroom's that wedding place, man. You're getting ready to get married. The Lord is coming. Let me read this to you. 2 Chronicles 7, verse 11. When Solomon had finished the temple of the Lord in the royal palace, the east wing was torn down. Remember my video? My son Solomon, right? He was singing to his son Solomon in the song, tear down the temple. You got to tear this down, and it's got to be rebuilt. That's what Jesus said. This is what God says. He appears to him. He said, I've heard your prayer and have chosen this place for myself as a temple for sacrifices. If the temple of God is right there in Washington, D.C., in Rome, as Rome is reigning once again, if that's the case, God is saying that here, God has heard our cries, and he's about to establish rule and authority. I've heard your prayer. I've chosen this place for myself as a temple for sacrifices. I'm in America. I've given my life to the Lord. This is the altar that I built for the Lord. You're probably in America. You probably have given the Lord your heart. You probably have that bunker being built, even though the judge is saying the ballroom can't be built just yet because that's where the wedding takes place. You got to have the bunker first, baby. Listen to what else he says. When I shut up the heavens so that there is no rain, or command locusts to devour the land and send a plague among my people, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven. Then I will forgive their sin and heal their land. Now my eyes will be open. My ears will be attentive to the prayers offered in this place. I have chosen and consecrated this temple so that my name may be here forever. My eyes and my heart will always be there. As for you, if you walk before me faithfully, as David your father did, and do all the commands that observe my decrees, my laws, I will establish the royal throne that I covenanted with your father David when I said, you shall never fail to have a successor rule over Israel. But if you turn away and you forsake the decrees and the commands I've given you, and you go off and you serve other gods and worship them, then I will uproot Israel from my land, which I have given them, and will reject this temple I have consecrated for my name. I will make it a byword and an object of ridicule among the people. This temple will become a heap of rubble. All who pass by it will be appalled, and they'll say, why has the Lord done such a thing? And in this land to this temple, people will answer, because they have forsaken their God, the God of their ancestors, who brought them out of Egypt, and have embraced other gods, worshiping and serving them. And that is why he brought on them disaster. The temple's being built. That means that the false gods got to come crashing down. And if that's happening, that means that some of the major messed up religions of the world that are committing idolatry, they need to be dealt with. So what's happening in the lands, my friend, is exciting. But this temple already is being established. Your temple already is being established. So let me use this story to blow your mind a little bit. Let me remind you that he read 7:11 through 22, and I quoted the exact same thing and reminded all of you 22 months and 11 days before it, answering my viral video where this was going to be the temple, and here it is. All right, listen, I got to get to work.
All right, now think about that. 7:11 and 22. 11 and 22 was JFK was shot. 11 and 22 is 33.
Right. So who's the false god? Right? Who's worshiping who?
Right.
Trump. Right? They're even comparing him to, right?
All right. So now we're just getting confirmation on the temple and where it's going to be built. We had an idea
Right.
with the timing of the destruction of the East Wing and the timing of Kushner's moves in the Middle East.
That's not physical, but God's building us up. Each and every one of us up our temple.
Right.
Which is an inside job.
But before that, this was about a week ago. Mantagraph did this, how many days ago? 5 days ago. So before we got Jacob of Israel was last night. So when he did his, because everyone has a different perspective and a different angle, but I think both of them are correct, but they came at it differently on how to look at it. He did it with the 7-Eleven logo, you know, at the corner stores.
When you merge this 7-Eleven mirrored image and this 7-Eleven mirrored image together, this is what you get. And son of a gun, doesn't that look like a temple? It sure does. Let's go ahead and read Chronicles 7:11, shall we? It states, 7-Eleven marks the...
So basically, if you're not picking up what's being put down, you need a... You're witnessing, you're going to miss it.
Right.
It's like when you put a peanut under 3 cups and you're trying to figure out which peanut the cup is under, or walnut. But you keep picking it up over in the Middle East, and you pick it up over here in Ukraine, and you pick it up over there, and it's not over there. The nut isn't under those cups.
Successful completion of Solomon's temple.
All right. So we're talking about a temple.
And his palace, highlighting that he...
And his ballroom.
That he accomplished all he planned. Following this, God appears to Solomon in a dream, confirming he has accepted the temple as a place of sacrifice and will watch over it, promising to forgive the people if they repent. There it is right there, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't that the sonest of gunnest? You got to admit, that's mind-boggling. And that's what Donald Trump is going to be reading in the Oval Office on Tuesday.
Why is that? Why on Tuesday?
Mm-hmm.
The twins,
Gemini.
right? Between the pillars. It's the 11. Are we talking about 7 and 11? And then backdoor little Joe. When they shoot dice, that's what they shoot, right? They try to hit the 7-11.
Yep.
Okay, I'm just checking. I don't.
Amazing. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Check this out.
All right, what you got, real quick?
The 7 and I Holdings logo looks like something that you would see writing in the Quran, and I'm not exaggerating.
And 7 and I Holdings is the one that is who owns 7-Eleven. The 7 with the I.
And who do you say owns 7-Eleven? Japan.
Yeah.
In the High Castle.
And 7 is completion.
7 is complete.
I took that image and I mirrored it and overlaid it. And if I'm lying, I'm dying. It says 80111108, and then it says dang. D.
See that? 88 and the 1111. You heard that?
Yeah.
Look at that code. Write that down. Watch that. 88. Let's do this.
Played it. And if I'm lying, I'm dying. It says 80111108, and then it says deng. DENG, and then 8. Starts out as an 8, and it's something kind of gibberish there. Then it's 801111, then 08, then deng, then 8 again. So there's 4 8s there.
Okay.
And then dang.
Dang. Dang, that's a lot of numbers. So we wanted to do just wanted to show a little bit. This is from the decode that he did, Trump to read Chronicles 7:11 of 22 from the Bible on April 21st, 2026. Right, equals 7:11 code. Connecting to the temple. Go ahead, sheepdog. That's from the Monograph channel. You'll
So-
give him a follow.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
He's a cryptographer.
So who was Cyrus the Great? He was the liberator king of Persia. Okay, Cyrus the Great was born in Anshan, a kingdom in Persis,
ENG, and then.
Oh, sorry.
located in today's Fars province, Iran. He came from royal lineage. His father, Cambius, was king of Anshan. His mother, Mandane, was a Median princess. She gave Cyrus both Persian and Median heritage, which later helped him unite two peoples in a single empire. The Cyrus Cylinder says Cyrus, written after his conquest of Babylon in 539 BC, is a clay inscription in Akkadian cuneiform. It describes Cyrus as divinely chosen, just and merciful ruler. He was chosen by Marduk, the Babylonian god. Selects Cyrus to replace the oppressive king Nabonidus. Peaceful entry into Babylon, Cyrus claims he entered without destruction or bloodshed. He restored all the temples. He returned religious statues to their sanctuaries and replaced temples across the empire. Return of displaced people. He allowed exiles groups to go home, including the Jews. Respected for local customs, he emphasized ruling with fairness and honoring the traditions of all nations. So he didn't care what religion you were. Just everyone has the right to whatever they want to believe in. Though often called the first human rights charter, scholars viewed it as a world propaganda, but still unusually humane for his time. So he's also praised in the Bible. Is one of the most honored non-Israelite rulers in Scripture. He's praised because he freed the Jews from Babylon's captivity after conquering Babylon Cyrus issued a decree allowing the Jews to return home after 70 years of exile. You can find that in Ezra 1:1-4 through 4, 2 Chronicles 36:22 through 23. He ordered the rebuilding of the temple in Jerusalem. He returned the temple vessels and funded the rebuilding of the royal treasury. Ezra 1:2 through 11 and Ezra 6:3 through 5. He is called God's anointed Messiah. Isaiah 45:1 calls Cyrus his anointed, a title normally reserved for Israelite kings. Cyrus is the only non-Jew ever given this title. He fulfilled prophecy written long before his birth. Isaiah mentions Cyrus by name roughly 150 years before he was born. In Isaiah 44:28 and 45:1 through 4. God used him despite him not being an Israelite believer. The Bible says God stirred his heart and act for Israel's sake in Ezra 1:1. Because of this, Jewish tradition remembers him as a deliverer chosen by God. His greatest accomplishment was founded the Akkadian Empire, the largest empire the world has ever seen, united the Medes and the Persians into a stable imperial system, conquered major powers including Media, Lydia, and Babylon, promoted religious and cultural tolerance, allowing conquered peoples to keep their customs, freed the Jews from Babylon, earning him a revered place in Jewish history, introduced administrative innovations, including satrapies and early postal systems, left behind the Cyrus cylinder, a symbol of just governance. He died in the battle in Central Asia.
So
That way, you get this symbol.
are you done?
No, I thought you were done.
No.
I would have waited till you were done.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
I just wanted to. You gave me time to find something.
Oh, okay.
Because he was talking about the 55, right?
Right.
Jacob of Israel,
And he says 55.
and then we get a 55 over here, right? You get it at the 7-Eleven, which I call
Mike
it
used to always say 5x5.
5x5. It's Echo Echo, right? You see the two E's when you take the 11 right here. So the 8 on either side, 11 in the middle. You get the Echo Echo, or it looks like 2 3s or 2 keys, right? 2 keys. Eve is in this, but it when you take the 7 and 11, just like the Heinz ketchup logo, it makes Solomon's what the layout of what Trump is showing you with Solomon's temple. So check this out.
Right in the center. And that symbol that looks like two E's butted up to each other is the symbol which means king or monarch, heir, throne, that sort of thing. Means king. Wow, that's strange. Because there is the white part of 7-Eleven is comprised of this shape right here. And why is that a thing? Well, because that is called a trapezoid. And how is this relevant to the third temple? Oddly enough, Herod the Great, when building the temple at the Temple Mount, see, it had the shape of a trapezoid in the construction or the building of.
Okay, we got that. Now look at what we see here.
Right? What does the Bible say? They'll let him build it, right? And then they're going to stop the sacrifice, right? Yeah.
And you see the trapezoid right here on the screen. We see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8.
In rooms for the treasuries.
Right. So then you look at the logo, what he pulled up on the 7-Eleven. Right there. See it?
Well, because that is called a trapezoid. And how is this relevant to the third temple? Oddly enough, Herod the Great, when building the temple at the Temple Mount, see, it had the shape of a trapezoid in the construction or the building of. The strangest thing is when you have 7-Eleven, I'll just hand draw it here. And then they go E-L and then E-V-E and then the little N.
You got L and
You break it.
Okay, listen. E-L is God and then Eve, right? That's divine masculine and divine feminine. Either way, it's the keys.
Yes.
2 E's. 5 by 5. Echo.
Down and you get Eve in the center
Right there.
and then you get L. E-L
Like electricity. Like the sun.
stands for God. L
Okay.
is God in Hebrew. Eve is Adam and Eve, the Garden of Eden. And then N, the little N, is a representation of Nun, which is fish in Hebrew. Wow, that's strange. Okay, well, how is it that these different things of 7-Eleven, how does it match up to the temple the Temple Mount? Well, it matches up perfectly. Talks about King Solomon, the whole 9 yards. And all I'm just trying to say, ladies and gentlemen, again, the trapezoid shape right here has the same shape. It says it right there in a Google inquiry that Herod the Great built a temple with a trapezoid type shape about it. Is that the craziest thing? And ladies and gentlemen, out of all of the Bible verses known to man, on April 21st of 2026, which is this coming Tuesday, Donald Trump is going to be in the Oval Office at 7 p.m. Eastern Time reading Chronicles 7:11 through 7:22. Now, tell me that isn't just out of this world. You got to remember, ladies and gentlemen, I've been talking about this for months. I sure have been, about the 7-Eleven code. That's a fact. And the video is still up. It's still there. I checked. Now, what's crazier, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to get crazier. I'm almost down to being able to, in my opinion, tell you the exact date that temple is going to be destroyed in Israel right now. That temple will be destroyed, and it will be blamed on the Iranians. Did you get that? Yep. Now, the dates in which I believe that that's going to happen, I'm not saying it's going to happen this year. I'm not saying that it is. I believe that it might. But the dates that would occur would be, I believe, July 8th, 9th, or 10th. That's pretty specific. And you're thinking, well, why would that be? Well, you see, ladies and gentlemen, this mirror, this 7-Eleven has not occurred yet, because this is of 4 right there. Whereas the first 7-Eleven mirror is of 2. In other words, you had 2 pillars or 2 buildings or 2 structures, even though 3.
It's always 2 pillars, right? Like, so that's why on Tuesday, it's the Twin Towers must fall.
Right, and then that in that Thor, no, that's Thor.
We went down, but this one here, instead of it being perpendicular, is side to side. You got that? And this symbol right here, in fact, means king. Wow, what a quinky dink. When you break down the reversal of this, you have 2 different words. One of those words is Neville, N-E-V-E-L, which means to strike with fists. Remember, you saw Donald Trump doing the YMCA, always doing that, always, okay? That always struck me like, what is going on with that? The next word is leaven.
It's shake and bake.
Right,
L-E-V-E-N, which means flood. Now, this is the 7-Eleven that has not happened yet. This 7-Eleven would be July the 11th of whichever year. I believe it could be this year. That's my opinion.
So there's the 7-Eleven code with the temple that we see a lot about, which takes us to Cyrus, Lion Seal.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, Shan the Bama line. Yes, once about the king they called great. Let's go. Let's go. Born in Anshan, Persia's land, royal bloodline, destiny in his hand. Can't be sis son with a median tie. Came from the mountains where the eagles fly. Rose from the shadows, united the tribes, Medes and Persians. He changed all their lives, built an empire, stretched it wide, from Lydia's gold to the Babylon ride. Cyrus the Great, yeah, they honor his name, from the Cyrus cylinder to the biblical fame. Freed the captives, broke the chains, brought the exiles home again. King of kings, but humble in tone. A ruler who let every people go home. Yeah, walked into Babylon without a fight. Said no more fear, bring back the light. Marduk's chosen, so the scribes will say. But he ruled with justice in a brand new way. Restored the temples, rebuilt the lands, gave every nation back what was theirs. Returned the statues, returned the pride. Let the scattered people walk outside. And the Jews, he heard their cry. Let them go home under heaven's sky. Rebuild the temple, raise it high. Even the prophets said this guy was chosen for a purpose. Long before birth, a foreign king. You used to heal the earth. Cyrus the Great, yeah, they honor his name, from the Cyrus cylinder to the biblical fame. Freed the captives, broke the chains, brought the exiles home again. King of kings, but humble in tone. A ruler who let every people go home. Yeah. But every king's story got a darker side. Cyrus met death on the battlefield ride. Massagetate warriors' final stand. Blood in the dust of a foreign land. Legends grew, but truth got thin. Propaganda carved in the clay he's in. Still his legacy stands so tall. A king who lifted the low and small. From Persia's hills to Jerusalem's gate, from Babylon's throne to history's page. He wasn't perfect, but he changed the age. A conqueror with a peaceful rage. Cyrus the Great, yeah, they honor his name, from the Cyrus cylinder to the biblical fame. Freed the captives, broke the chains, brought the exiles home again. King of kings, but humble in tone. A ruler who let every people go home.
Sheepdog. Okay, hear you.
I was muted.
Uh,
Yeah, there we go. So, little song that was created about Cyrus, Lion Seal, that one's called.
Yes.
About
Yeah, his seal was the lion.
the Lion Seal.
King of the Persians. Foreign king, right? Foreign king to the Jews.
All right, let me add this back. There we go. All right. All right, so we're done with the third temple. And we're done with the temple. All right, so this is, I got a couple of quick videos to share, a couple of different topics. Some health videos. Let's see, a little bit about bunkers. etc.
It doesn't protect you. And as far as God, they don't need foreign nationals to not protect anything. Your own fucking government doesn't protect you. And as far as God, they gave you that too. You got to understand that the way they've set this place up since day one, it's for their benefit, even all the way down to religion. Just because we live here in the United States and believe a certain way and we were given a certain book, that's not worldwide. There's dynasties, places that have been here forever. They tell us over here in the year of our Lord. What Lord are you guys talking about? You can't have government without having some sort of God. That way, when the people get pissed off and they say, well, we don't like the way you're doing this, they say, well, you can go talk to the big invisible man in the sky. And you're not supposed to question him. So there's that. This didn't just start with, King James or even Geneva or any of that other stuff. Religion goes all the way back and people worship lots of different things. It should be a basic human necessity of living here, that you should not have to be enslaved. You should not have to be mistreated. The earth naturally gives you its food, water, air, but they've usurped all of that too. And they've made it to where it's nothing more than a monetary system to where they get paid. I'm not bashing anybody's religion. I don't care what anybody believes. At this point, I would just like for people to stop believing in the fucking politicians, because that's one of the worst evils on earth. If it wasn't for the Bible that they give people here in the US, it would be so unhinged and so crazy that nobody would want to be here. And sadly, the law is written for those that can't follow the law. And that also applies to the law of Moses. If you have to have a book that tells you not to kill and steal and destroy and go do heinous stuff, there's something wrong with you. If you want the purest form of knowledge and wisdom, it first is set in the heart. They have to threaten people with religion because they're so evil. They have to tell people that they will spend eternity burning in hellfire if they do bad things, because it wasn't enough to just lock them up or kill them. That's where religion came from. And if you want to know who wrote it, probably the same type of people that run world governments, right? The nobles, the kings, the priests. And that's why they're still on the top and everyone else is on the bottom. And trust me, you don't have to be a holy person to fund or run an unholy war. And the only reason those people are in those top positions is because they were the most corrupt motherfuckers on the planet.
True.
You don't need foreign nationals to not.
Boy, is she right.
Yes. Yes, she is. Right? So really, just stop worshiping the politicians. Every single one of them. Every one of them.
Yeah.
Let it go so we can move on.
How about now?
What'd you do?
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna share this in the chat. There's the link for that. Let me put this on my Rumble chat real quick. Here we go. I want to share these links in the chat. Also, if you get the links, if anybody wants the links to what we're sharing tonight, let us know in the chat. Send me that one. Send me that one.
We don't own rights to the video.
Right.
It's for educational and entertainment purposes only.
Here we go. There is. Now I don't know about the Facebook chat. If there's a Facebook chat.
Share that.
It's in there.
Okay.
All right. So here is from the Truth Seeker posted this. This is a good video. This exercise this man is showing has cured and saved thousands from heart blockages.
To your Qigong movement. Now here I'm going to show you. So you clap your hands 9 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then use your right hand to cup the elbow, this part, 9 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And do the right arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then use your right hand to cup the arm peak of your left arm 9 times by putting your hand behind your head. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. And do the right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then repeat 8 more times. Total together 9 times. Make sure you cup, right? You don't use your flat palm to hit. That hurts. When you cup, you use the vibration to go deeper into the tissues. Use the vibration to help to open up the channels. In our hands, we have 4 energy channels, meridians, connecting directly to the heart. They're all in the hands. That's why cupping the hands, cupping these areas, it can help to enhance the circulation of the heart. If you don't have any heart problems, by doing
There we go. Right, you can rewind that, play it again, and I'll provide the link here from True Super. I know somebody's going to ask for that. Here we go. Let me copy link, put that in the chat for you. Put this on Rumble chat. Here we go. There's the link. All right. Anybody find value in that?
Yeah. Yeah. It's not the kind of thing you wait and find out if you've got it. You just do it.
Just do it. It looks silly.
It doesn't take very long to do that.
I did it while he was doing it, and you could actually
I mean,
feel it tingling afterwards.
I wouldn't stand up and do it like with company, mixed company or anything. But
Your dogs. Now let's do this.
hold on, my heart's hurting. Hold on. Slap, 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 slap. Oh, ooh, ooh, ee.
If
Hold
you
on.
really have
Smack.
someone, I won't care who's around.
Now this takes the Slapaho tribe to a whole nother level.
Qigong movement.
Yeah, chiropractors do that kind of stuff, and they do the tapping too.
Yes.
Clap your hands, everybody.
3, 4, 5, 6.
There we go. All right. Here's another one with the tuning forks. I have some of these with the weights on the end. You can take the weights off and just use the tuning forks by themselves. But when you're doing this type of treatment or exercise or whatever you want to call it, it has the weights add vibration, which goes down to the tip, to the handles, and you put that in different locations in your body, and your joints, and your back of your spine, your neck, on your forehead, your temples. Right? Now watch this.
They told you to take pills, but they never told you this. They hoped you would never discover this frequency, 128 hertzes. Have you heard of it? Probably not. This was once a frequency used in hospitals. I call it the bone whisper because it's a deep, penetrating vibration that moves through tissue and into the bones. You simply place it gently on the body, and it feels like it's communicating directly with your skeleton. Many believe it may help stimulate nitric oxide release, guiding the body into a more relaxed and balanced state. But in the 1950s, everything changed. 128 hertzes disappeared from medical practice, replaced by pharmaceuticals and complicated procedures. That wasn't by accident. When your body vibrates with 128 hertzes, many believe it begins to remember how to return to balance naturally. People say it may help ease tension, support circulation, and gently calm the nervous system. No complicated steps, no dependence, no chemicals. This weighted 128 hertzes tuning fork is like a reset button for your body, helping you reconnect with your natural state.
And that may help with headaches. Right? You see the baby right here? Looks like maybe going through something. Looks like a headache. Who knows? Yeah, those tuning forks work.
Yeah, they're not expensive. They're on eBay. I don't know where else, but
They have them on Amazon. And Etsy.
Yeah. Now you got the tuning forks, and then you got the ones with the weights on it. You want to look for those. You can always take the weights off of the tuning forks and use that double. So it's like a 2-in-1.
Yeah, they have all different kinds. You can get like all the different sizes, right, with the different tones,
Yeah,
or buy one at a time.
yeah.
They have
This,
different, lots of different options.
the one that we presented on here was 128. But like headaches, stuff like that, stressing, right? Need a reset.
This might make your jaw drop. Stay with me, let me cook. God's Pharmacy. God made walnuts. He also made brains. They look a lot alike. Turns out walnuts are actually great for the brain, rich in omega and fatty acids. God made beets. And have you ever thought beet juice looks a whole lot like our blood? Deep red color mirrors blood. Beets support blood purification and liver function. God made figs. And what do figs look like? Figs grow in pairs and resemble testicles, rich in zinc, supporting male fertility and reproductive health. God is cooking. God made tomatoes. And what do tomatoes look like?
All right. We can stay away from the testicles because I'd like to remember figs as just figs and not a pair of balls.
The heart. I mean, tomatoes even have 4 chambers like a heart. And when you eat them, it helps with heart disease. God made avocados, and those look a whole lot like a baby's womb. And what do avocados do? They're rich in folate, which helps with reproductive health. God made grapes, and they look a whole lot like human lungs. And God made sure they were high on antioxidants, which is great for lung health. God made mushrooms, and look, they look like ears. And they're rich in vitamin D, which supports ear bones and helps hearing.
All right, so the weather guys are meeting up around, what is this at, Oklahoma? This is tornado season in Oklahoma, and all the storm chasers are lining up. Looks like we will be having a bumpy night. Stay safe, Oklahoma.
Having it rough there.
Like I said, if you got all these guys in your neighborhood, man, you know something's supposed to go down or somewhere around where you're at. Oh, they're waiting for the big one, huh? All right.
This is the living matrix, and the concept comes from the recognition that our bodies are a continuum. All of the parts of the body, just like all of the parts of the universe, are connected. And so this is a cell, and it's the recognition that the cell contains a matrix, which is called the cytoskeleton, which contains another matrix, which is called the nuclear matrix.
There you go. Nuclear scare event, DNA activated. You're no longer a sleeper cell. You're an awakened cell. Right? And only until you awaken in the cell can you free yourself from that cell, that prison, that matrix. Nuclear scare event, nuclear matrix, DNA. What do they call it? The circle of life. Pi. Cosmic matrix.
Matrix, which is called contains another matrix, which is called the cytoskeleton, which contains another matrix, which is called the nuclear matrix. And it's surrounded by another matrix called the connective tissue matrix. It's the largest organ in the body. It's the only organ that touches all of the other organs. And I view this, first of all, as an electronic circuit. I've made little red dots, which represent electrons. Nobody has ever seen an electron, so it's just science fiction that they're little red dots, but it's to give you the idea of the dynamic motion movements of electrons within the circuit of the body. And what I'm interested in and believe is to be one of the fascinating, most interesting.
So electrons with the L, isn't that God? In the body,
Gods.
in the motherboard, the circuit.
That one talks
Subjects I can study is the interface between space, which is the stuff that we have more of than anything else within us, which is continuous with space everywhere, which I am learning is a plasma. In fact, all of this stuff is composed and contains plasma within it. I've accepted the plasma idea. I like it. The living matrix is made of a remarkable material. It's, I think, the most remarkable material in the universe. It has amazing properties. It's a hydrated liquid crystal. It's a semiconductor. I mentioned these words. I've heard them mentioned in this conference. The material is piezoelectric, it's pyroelectric, it's thermoelectric, and it's an electret. This is collagen, the basic building block of the human body. It's a triple helix. This is the molecule. It's called tropocollagen. Tropocollagen, and it's surrounded by a hydration shell, a layer of water, which Dr. Pollack talked about yesterday. You are liquid crystals, every one of you. You are liquid crystals, every one of you.
Sounds like your drunk uncle trying to tell you something, right? Man, you are like a crystal. Like, oh, Uncle Johnny, can you not drink another beer and try to speak spirituality to me? So,
When we think of crystals, we think of hard things like diamond and quartz. This is a diamond quartz crystal, hard. Mineral crystals are highly ordered, dense, hard, inelastic. The atoms are highly structured. Organic crystals are also highly ordered. They're soft and elastic. They're springy. So we don't think that this material that we feel could be crystalline, but it is. Mei-Wan Ho, the principal person behind this incredible magazine, says this. First of all, various tissues in the body are liquid crystals. This is a cross-section of muscle. I think that's beautiful. I mean, there's no doubt that muscle is a crystal. This is the way collagen is organized in tendons and ligaments and other parts of the connective tissue. This is cell membranes, and all of these molecules are associated with water. So when you look at this, the way the collagen molecules are organized in the tendon, associated with those molecules are water molecules, which also form a liquid crystalline system. And Dr. Pollack talked about this yesterday. She said, and if I were an athlete or a performer of any kind, I would put this statement on my mirror so I could see it every day. Because our concepts of how our body works can help us in using our bodies. Liquid crystallinity gives organisms their characteristic flexibility, exquisite sensitivity and responsiveness, and optimizes the rapid, noiseless intercommunication that enables the organism to function as a coherent, coordinated whole.
right? So Nikola Tesla said that crystals are living beings, using this expression to emphasize that they are not inert, but rather organized, stable, and vibrational systems with a formative, vital principle. Right? Organized, stable, and vibrational systems. Advanced, ascended, master teachings, the silicate matrix. The original human 12-strand DNA is called the Diamond Sun DNA. Hashtag ascension, hashtag awakening, hashtag starseed, hashtag spirituality, hashtag law of one, right? Hashtag light workers, hashtag guardians, hashtag truth, hashtag indigos, hashtag DNA, hashtag emerald order, hashtag Christos. Right? Right, when the Wizard of Oz, she was heading toward the Emerald City. Go back.
Understand, you are a computer. You project reality. I know a lot of y'all got projectors at home, right? What happens when you program that projector to show the movie that you wanted to show, right? You gotta program it, right? The same thing with you. That's what they did with you when you entered this realm through the womb portal. That's why they sent you to school and sent you to church, to program you to project the reality that they want. You are technology. See what I'm saying? You are the real AI.
Well, if I'm technology, just call me Big Tech. From They called me Big Tex, but now I'm Big Tech. Called me Big Tex in Texas, but Big Tech in Silicon Valley. There we go.
You to project the reality that they want. You are technology.
There we go.
See what I'm saying? You are the real AI. Authentic intelligence. See what I'm saying? You are authentic intelligence. How you think they created the computer? You see, that's all you gotta do is go in nature. Nature gonna tell you what's going on. Don't you see Mother Nature, motherboard? Motherboard? Don't you see the pyramids? That's the motherboard.
Yeah, that's the motherboard. Think about it. There's no fatherboard.
Motherboard.
I went outside today, and the bird sounded like Axl Rose. It went.
He did.
The
He
bird
came
went.
back in. He was like,
I said that bird went. Me. And I said, and it did that to me when I was outside. I said, Axl Rose.
he did.
It went. Me. And I went. Axl. Came back as a bird.
You did.
Yeah, he
It did that.
was
Like that was a.
like, this
That was.
bird. It sounded like Axl Rose.
It sounds like Axl Rose.
Yeah, he was.
What song is that?
Please, please. That's
In
funny.
the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. Yeah, that's where we're at.
That's so funny.
Don't you see the pyramids? That's the motherboard. That's the motherboard. See what I'm saying? When you come in with your willpower, solar plexus, the core, coming from the core. See what I'm saying? You are the computer. And the consciousness is the web. And the love frequency gives you that signal. So many people walking around with no Wi-Fi. That's the Wi-Fi. Your Wi-Fi turned off. That's why you can't get no updates and no downloads. See what I'm saying? That's why they need you to be in fear, to disconnect you from your Wi-Fi. A lot of people don't have no Wi-Fi because they're living in fear. They're stuck in a limited belief system. This is the Wi-Fi right here. Tune in.
They call that the straight and narrow. That's the straight and narrow path of the sun, because that's the equator. When you lay the body down head to feet across the equator, that also the sun's path affects your body each month and its angle, right? And it makes the path of the 8 or the snake, the serpent, the path of the sun, right?
What do you think? We could light up our whole house with our own bodies, but we just don't know how to do it.
Right. The path is straight and narrow, center, right? That's why it's important. That's why when we have the spring equinox, that's right at the top of your head. That's New Year. right? And then when you get down to December, the 13th month, you're at your feet. And then then when you take that body and you form a circle, then you have the serpent eating its tail. It's the beginning and the end, the end and the beginning, right? And that cycle happens, right? So when you correlate the sun, the path of the sun with the body, then you hit the keys to the universe, right? So this is like knowledge. It's like even the same path. It looks like the dollar sign, right? The line through the S is the straight and narrow path, which is the equivalent of your spinal cord. Go in center. What they always say, go center. All right, here we go. Let's rewind this a little bit. Let's go back.
Because they're living in fear. They're stuck in a limited belief system. This is the Wi-Fi right here. Tune in.
That's 5D.
That heart space. Show connection. Because once you know who you are, you know that there is nothing to be afraid of, right? Because you are everything and everything is you. That is your connection. That's why I always say, move with pure intentions. Spend time with yourself. Stop treating yourself like shit. Be patient with yourself.
Don't be hard on yourself. Hate yourself.
We have to love ourselves.
Share that clip in the chat. Oh, that was a download. Is there another one, Miss Sheep? Yeah, there's another one. Hold on. Let me all right, let me get this one. Sorry. Yeah, I would have had the next video ready, but I was caught. I like that video too. That's the first time I seen it. Miss Sheepdog asked me to play it, so he pretty much told you right there, right? But you can say it 1,000 times to somebody until they get it. But everybody's journey is different. Where is? All right, there we go. Video file right here. That one. Add that one.
You don't know who you are. Not really.
Others too.
Oh wait, this is for the people that don't know who they are. We know who we are.
Because the person you think you are, the beliefs you hold, the things you want, the way you see yourself, none of that originated in you. It was handed to you, installed by people who needed you to be a certain kind of person so the world they built could keep running. And here's what makes it bone chilling. What they built inside you isn't even true. It's a construct, a mask fitted so early and worn so long you forgot it wasn't your face. So I need you to sit with this question. Really, sit with it. Who would you be and what would you actually believe if every hand that ever shaped you was never there? Not the you they needed, not the you they taught, not the you they rewarded for compliance and punished for deviation. The you that existed before any of this. Do you even know if that person is still in there?
Go ahead, say that again. Yeah.
Right, who were you before They shaped you into who they wanted you to be.
There's a song called "Who Are You?" I don't know if that has anything to do.
All right, so look, the higher self is your soulmate. All right, just hear me out. The higher self is your soulmate, and when you have to first fall in love with that higher version of yourself, right? I'm talking about the God or the goddess in you. Like, you have to thoroughly fall in love with that higher version of yourself, and when you do that, your higher self will help you generate the life that it requires or that you desire. But you gotta fall in love with the higher version of yourself now. It's not falling in love with somebody else. It's not falling in love with this thing or that thing. It's falling in love with the higher version of yourself, and the higher version of yourself will present to you all the things that's there. The atmosphere, the people, the person, the hobbies, or whatever it is. But until you fall in love with your higher self, you will never meet your soulmate. And you are your soulmate. Don't let this go over your head, man. Peace.
Soulmate's your higher self, right?
Yeah, I could buy that one.
Yep.
You can't love somebody else till you love yourself, in other words.
It's true.
Is that what they say?
Yeah. Not truly.
4 planets meeting in the sky every single morning before sunrise this week for the remainder of the week. And look, if you're feeling just some kind of urgency or desire to let something go and step into something new, that's not some kind of coincidence. Astrology is not my niche at all. What is it? Mercury, Mars, Saturn, and Neptune? I don't know. They're all in the same line. Here's what I understand from the people that have made that their field of expertise. Stars are in alignment, okay? It's also the year of the fire horse, right? When's that cycle come around? Every 60 years? If there's ever been a moment, if there's ever been a time for courage, for movement, that time is now. If there has ever been a time to literally let go of things that no longer serve you, that time is now. And the universe is not being subtle with you right now, okay? Every loop that you feel like you're stuck in, that relationship that you just keep defending, or that job that is draining your life force, right? That version of yourself that you've outgrown, but you keep putting that mask back on just because it's familiar. Let me tell you something, whether it's me or whether you're looking at it from an astrological level, the sky, Mind Forge, we are literally telling you, let those things go, okay? Not next month, not in a couple of weeks, not when it's convenient, now, when the window's open, okay? And I've had to kind of learn something the hard way. It's like letting go, it's not some kind of loud, grand announcement or something, okay? It's quiet. It's you. You're alone. You're literally deciding that you're done rehearsing that version of your life that someone else wrote for you, that your mother would approve of or your coworker would co-sign. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the work, dude. That's the ceremony right there. That's the ritual, okay? Ain't nobody gonna be there for you clapping when you do it. But let me tell you something. The universe will notice, and it will start arranging things in your favor the moment that you do. And here's a simple technique. This is so simple. Y'all have heard me talk about it before. I will probably talk about it again. Grab a piece of paper, okay? On one of those pieces of paper, write down 3 things that you are truly grateful for. 3 things that are personal for you, okay? Hold on to that. Grab another piece of paper. Write down 3 things that you are ready to let go of. Okay? The fear, the name, the story, the job, whatever, right? You write that down on that piece of paper, okay? And then you take a flame to it, all right? And while it burns, I just want you to say something so simple. I release what is not mine to carry. I am ready for what is. That's it. That's the whole ritual. The smoke carries it up, the ash closes the door. Okay? The stars aren't doing this to you or whatever, right? They are gonna do this with you, all right? Stop asking the universe for permission to be who you already are. That window's open right now. It's time to walk through it. I love you.
All right, you first. That's what everybody's like. No, you go first. You walk through that door first.
Well, I did that yesterday.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I'm always doing this shit. I don't stop with this stuff. Seriously, I'm the one that I have to slap myself and be like, stop, you're being too hard on yourself, because I'm always doing something like this.
Oh, you're your biggest critic.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't be critical.
Hey, let that
Let
shit
you
go.
for who you are.
Don't be so hard on
I
yourself.
have the same problem, Nadine.
Well, I tell you, I was talking smack with God. I was talking smack with God. Like, seriously.
That's Godsmack.
Like, come on, let's just get on with it. Like, get to go, because I'm ready.
And he's like, "Well, Nadine, I sent you. You're the vessel." Like he's like, "You're there. I'm not."
I'm like, and I don't care if you're a man, woman. I don't care. Let's just do it. I'm ready.
Well, you're see that battle we have.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You're waiting for yourself.
Waiting for yourself.
That's that struggle that we have with God, Jacob's struggle,
Yeah.
right? There, Jacob's trouble. He was going at it with God, struggling with God,
Yeah.
right?
You hear this boy?
Yeah. He's like, yeah.
Go ahead. I'm trying to listen to you with this guy trying to eat my arm.
I hear.
Yes, that inner work.
Throwing my toy.
Yeah, I'm always trying to do that. Like, since I started talking to you guys about puzzles, I've done at least 10 puzzles, like, and for the library alone. That's just for the library that they give me. And then I listen to music. I listen to today was Bill Cooper. I listened to that Manly Hall guy. I listen to all these different things. I listen to music to try to figure shit out. I'm always trying to do something. Like, this is just the never ending thing for 3 years and 4 months now. Like, it's 36 hours a day, 8 days a week. Like, this is it. This is my life. It's not like I go out and I go and have a good time once in a while. Nah, there is no good time. I'm walking down the my good time is giggling at Bud because he's like making me run down the road. Like, that's my good time. Like, there's no freaking going out and having a beer. You know?
I know.
It's none of that shit. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna go get me a steak and some baked potato. No, it's like rice, beans. I just had some bread and some cream cheese. Like, if I have some ice cream once a month, that's my feeling guilty.
Good
Like,
luck finding ice cream because everything's
People
bioengineered.
used to always tell us, y'all don't have a life, but we do, right?
Oh
We
yeah.
do, but we don't. This is our life. I mean,
This is my life plus
we
4 other
read, we study, we
lives
do all
around me.
sorts of stuff. We talk, we have long conversations about all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, I don't even do that. Like, this is
mean-
my conversation with you guys. This is it. Like, I don't even have people around me like that. I don't even have people that I need to save in my personal life. It's me and Bud. Like, that's it. My mom, my sister. I don't know what the hell they're doing. Whatever they want to do, let them go do it. Like, this is it. I'm out here trying to help save
You're
the
just trying to walk
future
a dog.
generations, and it's like that's why I get so frustrated sometimes when I'm like talking about holidays and all this nonsense bullshit people do. It's like I'm out here trying to do all this shit for you and your family. Least you can do is like not fuck off, you know. You know,
Right?
like let's plan our holiday this year. You know how long it's
Yeah.
been since I went on a flaming holiday?
I know.
Oh, you've been on a flaming holiday too?
Oh shit! I don't even know where I'd want to go. To be honest, there's no place I don't even think I have a place I
Kansas?
maybe up in like Scotland or something and green in the forest, like a light green. I don't even have a place I'd want to go.
Well, if you go to Texas, the birds sing "Welcome to the Jungle."
Yeah. Please, please.
That's what I heard today. I said,
Oh,
"Boy,
it's so funny.
yeah."
Oh yeah, I saw this video, this 52 card, this deck thing. I remember that.
Why does a deck of cards always have 52 cards? This is not random at all. In fact, a deck of cards is actually a miniature calendar in your hands. Let us see. 52 cards represent the 52 weeks in a year. Each suit has 13 cards, just like the 13 weeks in each quarter. If you add up all the values, ace counts as 1, jack as 11, queen as 12, and king as 13, the total is 364. Adding one joker makes it 365, exactly the number of days in a year. If the deck has 2 jokers, that is for a leap year. The 4 suits reflect medieval society. Spades represent warriors, hearts represent the church, diamonds represent merchants, and clubs represent peasants. Red and black symbolize day and night. So, when you shuffle and play cards, you are actually holding a reflection of time, history, and society. The real question is, have you ever realized that a deck of cards is actually a compressed code of the universe?
Yeah. Well, if I don't, I do now, and I'm not shocked.
Exactly.
I want to be able to hold that card in the air like that guy. That would be it. That would be.
That was wild.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Oh my gosh.
When Alice down the rabbit hole, she had the deck of cards flying up, the jokers and
And the merchants and the peasants.
you're nothing but a pack of cards.
Alice looks like me giving God the stink eye yesterday. It's like the face she's pulling.
That's funny.
So that was the cards.
So before I play this video, I want to say that I almost know exactly how he feels, but I want to explain something first. I believe that the closer that you get to God, the more imperfect you see yourself. So in other words, if this is the light up here, the closer that you get to the light, that light is now shining on all of your imperfections coming closer. And so then you feel that you're not worthy without him, so that you have to be next to that light. So you keep coming closer, but the closer that you come, you see all the imperfections on yourself, and it's a little painful. And the irony is true this way: the further you go away from him, you can't see the imperfections on yourself. So you think that you're just fine way out here. So here's some more irony. The people that are the closest to God are repenting the most. You'd think it would be the other way around. You'd think the people that are closest to God don't need to repent that much. It's actually those that are the furthest away from God that aren't repenting at all because they don't think they need God. And so this process of awakening or coming to the light is happening to a lot of people right now. It's an ascension process. Anyway, now on to this video. I love watching people come closer to God. No matter.
All right, so that was the last word on the Q post, ascension. And a lot of people skipped over that.
Right.
And now we're still decoding Q drops when you need to be decoding your DNA and connected to that Wi-Fi, that 5D in and out connection, and nobody between you and the creator within yourself. Like Nadine, she has a struggling with God, right? Arguing back and forth, and she's just arguing with herself.
Well, that guy said, high vibration doesn't mean doing things. It's actually the opposite. You think high vibration means you're doing something, being active. It's the opposite.
Right.
It's sitting still and quiet and being with yourself. Kind of like meditation, right? That's how you vibrate higher.
I think when I get like that, that's right before like I'm starting to grow into a better version.
Yes.
Because I'm getting like I'll even get physical symptoms like kind of like being in the bathtub. Like I can't stand being in the freaking bathtub. It's very like it's like being in a small room. So I feel like that sometimes in my own body, like when you're just waking up from being asleep and you're like trying to like yawn or whatever, and it's like trying to get out. It must be what a butterfly and the whatever the butterfly is before. What that feels like because
Coming out of a cocoon.
yeah. So
Coming from a worm to being a butterfly.
yeah, that's weird. I don't like the whole body thing anyway. People are, when they're talking about the avocado being like a baby, it's just disgusting to me. But it's yeah.
That was saying that's what
The egg looks the same way.
it's the type of stuff you eat.
Nature.
It's shaped. It's the same organs in your body. So that's
Yeah.
what if you're having difficulty with one of those organs, then you eat that.
Yeah.
It's meant to kill that. Yeah. Like avocados are supposed to be really good when you're pregnant.
Yeah. So I don't know. I go through that. Probably everybody does. If you go through like that little bit of disgruntled thing, and then all of a sudden you're a little bit better version of what trying to upgrade yourself, I guess.
There you go. That's it.
Happening to a lot of people right now. It's an ascension process. Anyway, now on to this video. I love watching people come closer to God, no matter who you are, because it inspires me to want to climb a little bit higher towards the light. So thank you, Theo Vaughn, for getting vulnerable with your audience. It's inspiring.
I don't know. I'm starting to just feel something different. And then I was looking on this Bible, and there's a story called John 5, and it's about a guy who's at these pools, and some people follow the Bible, some people don't. That's fine. This is just a story that I'm reciting here. And Jesus is at the pools, and it's in Bethesda, and they're like, there's a sick man there, and he's been sick for a long time, and Jesus asks him, "Do you want to be healed?" He asks him, "Do you want to be healed?" And that's a crazy question because, if I get healed, then I'm different. If somebody gets healed, they have a new story. So that's just been something that I've been having to ask myself. It's like, do I want to be healed? Do I really want something different? And sometimes a lot of the answer is no, I don't. I want something different, but I don't want to. I don't know if I'm scared of it. I don't know what I am. I don't know if I don't want to do what it takes to get. I can't even tell what it is. And it's hard for me. Some of this stuff's a little bit hard for me to say. I don't even know why, but I think I want a new story. I never thought I would be saying some of this stuff, but I'm glad that I am, because I'm ready for a new story. I'm ready for a new story. And I'm ready for and the scary part is who will I be if I let go of these things that I've always done and known, some of these behaviors, if I even can let go of some of them. and I know I'm not going to get anything right or whatever. And there's no like, it's just like, oh, I don't know, man. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm kind of tired. What can I suggest? Do you think, Trevin, or offer some thought? Do you have any thought about any of this?
I think it's really hard, and I think praying is a great first step if you don't know where to go or how to break a cycle.
Yeah. That's it. I just start like that's something that's helped me is I just started praying, but I started praying like as honestly as I could. And even honest past that. Like, God, these behaviors I don't like of mine, will you help me? Even though I know that I might do them again, even though I know I want to do them again, will you come into the parts of me that want to do these behaviors again and help me there? Will you come all the way to will you come to past the roots? And it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'll meet you in the middle between that old Georgia line.
That's funny. He's like, oh, I'm going to be as honest as I can. It doesn't matter if you didn't say something. God knows everything. So you trying to be as honest as you can. He knows it already. So
He said, if you forget it, I forget it. Why you carry all that with you?
Yeah.
That's where forgiving yourself comes into play.
You have to forgive yourself and learn to love yourself and just go on.
Let that shit go and walk into the new. Can't bring it with you.
No,
Don't bring the baggage with you. That's the thing. You want to carry the baggage into your new self. Yeah, okay. Well, you still got the baggage.
See, I still have that humanitarian thing percolating, like I still want to do like really great and big stuff. Not necessarily it's just I want to get it done. It's like enough already of this waiting. This waiting thing is just getting on my nerves.
That's what waiting.
I'm not a good waiter, and it's like, waiting by yourself and talking to your dog all day gets a little old.
And then you don't even get any tips for waiting.
And then when you do get what you're wanting, it's so much more appreciated, right? Than if something was given to you, right?
You gotta work for it.
You gotta work for it.
Yeah,
you don't appreciate things when it's just given to you and you haven't worked for it. When you work for it, and then
you treat it with differently.
Results, then it shows your fruits, right? Later comes to fruition.
Yeah, I saw a video. I think it was a Manly Hall video. He was talking about money, and I'm glad I listened to it because before all of this, like even about a couple months ago, I'd have been like, here's money, I'd have been giving it away. He's like, yeah, you would have been giving it away. And I've learned to not be like that. You've got to be able to you have to work different. Like I would have been a different person if I had gotten anything. I would have given it like I usually do. So I learned a lot out of that lecture too. Those are really good lectures.
Manly P. Hall.
Manly P. Hall.
Yeah, oh yeah. We have his book. It's great information. Good videos.
Yeah, and he's an honorary 33rd degree Mason. Yeah. So, that's still a little bit up in the air as to like what they all have to do. Like I've got a good idea, but I haven't seen, and I've just heard, but I haven't gotten any firm knowledge on what's got to happen. And there was a guy on YouTube last night that I listened to. I tried to listen to him, but he was dancing around the whole damn thing. I'm like, I wrote to him, I'm like, listen, just get off the pot, dude, because people aren't going to sit around and listen to you all freaking night for you to get a point out. So, So I didn't stay around because he didn't deserve me to stay around. So he can piss off. And I'm not going to retweet or repost. So he lost out. But if he's a 33rd-degree Mason, maybe he doesn't want the whole truth to get out. That's the kind of thing I have to about. If you're not telling me flat out what the hell, then I'm going to go on with the same assumption that you people go out into the world thinking you're going to have to make up your, some good deeds because you're going out to screw people over. I like intentionally screw people over. So you have to go out and make up good deeds, where good people go out and think, okay, how can I make this place better? And we don't have to think up good deeds because they just kind of happen naturally. So if those kind of people can't just explain, then I'm going to go with the version that I've heard, and it's not a very good version of what it takes to get there.
Right. But the knowledge is there. The knowledge, they have the knowledge.
Right.
It's what they do with it, right?
Right.
And
Yeah.
they kept that knowledge for their own benefit.
Right. That's another thing. That's them screwing people over.
Yeah.
That's because they served a black pillar, right? Self-service.
Self-serving. That's what Satan is.
That's the black pillar in Freemasonry, and then you got the white pillar is
self-serving,
given to others. So there's a balance that they have. They had in order to know good, you had to have evil. In order to have evil, you have to know good.
Right.
Right. So it's like a pendulum.
Right.
And they try to keep their karma balanced so that they don't have to pay the price.
That's right.
Yeah, but the karma is it doesn't matter if they're not, their way of thinking is totally off. You can't go out thinking, I'm going to screw people over today. Let me go do some good deeds, throw some money at something so I can get out of my karma. No, that does not fly. Like your karma might have been put off for a little while, but bitch, it's coming back around.
And then when they donate, they want everyone to see them donate.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do
They
that.
do it in front of everyone.
But see,
which takes away the blessing, right?
Yeah.
They were
wanted to be seen.
Also, where they didn't get their karma, right? They had judges, friends.
Exactly.
They had the money.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but it's coming to an end. I don't even if I end up on a jury, there are certain people I don't think I'd be able to listen to and be like, no, it's all right, you're gonna be good. But there's a lot of them. I think they're really gonna need people like us, because even though it'd be real difficult to sit there and listen and try to do it the right way, there's going to be a lot of other people that are going to just want them hung.
Right. Well, like Tim Dillon was talking about. I forget the name of the person he was talking about, but she works for some company. She's like way up there in the company, big company, that walks by the homeless every day. And he said, well, you're going to be out there with them. You're going to be in their position. And I hope someone doesn't walk past you.
Right.
So I think it's going to be flipped on these people. Right.
Yeah. That's what I think with how our health is too. I think their health is going to start to fade and ours is going to be lifted.
Yeah.
It's all going to be opposite. It's going in the opposite direction at this point for each thing.
Yes. I do believe that too.
That's it.
So everybody joining us tonight.
Just have to help each other the best we can and hang in there in the meantime.
Just be grateful for every day that you have a roof over your head and you have food. Right? It's not the best of times. But be grateful for the things you do have, because there's people that have less than you do right now. That are still, they're living their lives too. And we're all feeling the struggle in some way. And be kind to yourself. Also, don't be so hard on yourself.
Thank you. Yeah, have a good night, everybody.
Good night. Love y'all.
Love you too, Mom and Dad.
Love you.
So this next song is the Israelites rejecting Creator as their king versus the worldly one that they chose.
Yeah. 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 Old Samuel's hands were trembling. His sons had lost their way. They chased the golden eye, the truth turned justice into clay. So all the elders gathered, came walking through the dust. Said, Samuel, you are fading now. Give a king to rule for us. Give us a king, they cry like the nation standing tall. But the Lord said they're rejecting me. Not you at all. Warn them of the burden of the crown they long to bring. Still the people shouted back, we want a king. Yeah, yeah. Samuel prayed in sorrow, the Lord spoke soft but strong. They turned from me since Egypt's night. They walk with idols long. Tell them what a king will take. Their sons, their fields, their grain, their daughters for his service, their labor and their name. Give us a king, they cry like the nation standing tall. But the Lord said they're rejecting me. Not you at all. Warn them of the burden of the crown they long to bring. Still the people shouted back, we want a king. He'll take your flocks and vineyards, your harvest and your land. You'll cry beneath his power, but the Lord won't lift his hand. Still the people answered with fire in their breath. We want a king to lead us out to fight until the death. Give us a king, they cry, let him judge and let him reign. And Samuel bowed his weary head, carried their words in pain. The Lord said, go and give them the ruler that they seek. So Samuel sent them home again. Yeah, the future sounding bleak.